Hello, in this video, I'm going to go over the distance from moving average indicator. We'll just deselect this EMA for a second. So to bring it up, just simply type in distance from moving average, this one here by botnet 101. So this is the indicator. In the settings, I normally always deselect these highest high and lowest low, and that'll remove these red lines here. And I just like to do that because then the bars inside this pane here, um, which is, by the way, called a histogram, are just a little bit larger, just so it's a bit easier to see. Inside the settings, it's quite self-explanatory, but the length is currently set to 20, so we could change that to 21. The calculation type is percentage, and the moving average type is EMA. So when price is above that 21 EMA, the histogram is showing that we're 3.12% above here. So if I turn on a EMA and we change this to 21, as you can see, when price here is above, that's showing that we're 3.12% above, and vice versa down here, where obviously price is below, but it's showing that we're minus 5.94%. So that's basically all this does. By itself, it's not very powerful. It just basically helps you see what's happening when price is overextended or a long way away from the EMAs. And that's quite often a good opportunity for a bounce, especially when it's in quite extreme areas. So you could simply pull this out and you could say, okay, if price ever reaches, let's just say this level here, we could then put some vertical bars on here so it's quick to see. But these could be very good bounce opportunities. I don't know if they are. I'm just saying that for an example. That could very well be. There could be another one there. And there's another one. We'll just do that. I just want a selection. So are they? Let's see. Okay, so yeah, bounce. It did bounce here, and it's retraced back to the EMA. But if you went long and you closed at the EMA, yeah, sure, that's a valid point. Same here. Go long, close at the valid EMA. Go long, close at EMA. Yeah, it's a small win, but it's a win. Did I have any more over here? In this case, you've gone long and you would have been stopped out because it kept going down. So the move hadn't finished. You could wait for, and this is the textbook way of doing it, basically that you'd have 2 or 3 candles close in the direction heading towards the EMA before you took that position. But I'm not sure if you would have done that in this case because you had a trend line there that you have to break. So if you did, you probably would. Okay, so I'm just simply showing what it does and what it's representing. The systemation key has its own version of the distance from moving average indicator coded in. It allows you to help you define your entries and exits in terms of taking profits. If you go to the settings, the very bottom, you can select distance from MOV, which is from the moving average, and we can scroll up and you can see here that distance from the moving average settings are built in. So you just need to make sure that your length that you've got selected here, so it's 21, is matching your EMAs on the chart, because this will represent any EMA that you have selected, not necessarily the one that you have selected on the chart. So I'll deselect that for a second, but what I'm trying to say is the systemation keys EMAs, which are currently the 9 and the 21. So the slow moving EMA is the 21, which in downtrend is the one furthest away from price, which is this one. And then in an uptrend, it's the one furthest away from price, but it's obviously at the bottom. And that's what this is representing. So we're currently on this bar here, 3.12%. If you want to know how I'm knowing the exact percentage, you can see here just on the top of this pane, so in this box, just here, there's a blue number here which says, or Scion, and that number that currently says 0.1776, it's representing the bar that I'm hovering over. So in this case, it's 3.12% above the 21 EMA. In the Systemation Key inputs and definitions videos, I go into greater detail explaining how to set up take profits and using it also for entry conditions.